So my camera stopped filming like halfway in between me talking about Weasley socks. So I laid back and deleted a bunch of things off so that I have more room, and now I'm just really comfy and I don't want to get up. Okay, let's keep going. Hello and welcome to Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, episode 21. This is going to be a full episode finally. I am coming to you from a slightly cloudy Wednesday afternoon. It is January 11th. I'm in Rockville again at my apartment where I live with my husband and our little puppy T. And I thought I would be filming this podcast this morning, but I decided that dyeing yarn took precedence because I am going to be making kits with Georgiana of Stitching Plaza, and the Doctor Who Cal is coming up. The yarn needed to get dyed, so I spent all morning doing 12 skeins of yarn, which is what's going to be available, split in between her shop and mine. I'm going to send her the yarn, she's sending me the bags, there might be some extra little bits included in there, and then off it will go. So keep your eyes out for that. I think it's going to be really exciting, and I can't wait to release them. But anyway, that was this morning, so I did not get a chance to record as I wanted to, but the cloudy day is sufficing nicely. And yeah, so I've got my show notes on a piece of paper. My giant notebook has gone MIA. I took it to Philly 2 visits ago, and the hubby brought it home, but I'm not sure it actually got out of the garage, Lord, out of the car. So yeah. Oh, what am I drinking? I am drinking vanilla chai latte, which is a powder that I got from AC Moore. It was like a little blue bag, very cute, very pretty. So I am your host, Meg, and I will be leading you through this crazy yarny journey of this podcast. It's all about knitting and sometimes crochet and yarn dyeing now and making stitch markers and generally being very crafty and enjoying everything. You can find me on Instagram as Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits. You can find me on Ravelry as Bad Wolf Girl Knits, and our podcast group is Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits podcast. So come join the chatter. We've got a fun knit along going on now, and we're kind of having another one start February 1st, so come, the fun is right there. You can also find me now on Etsy as Bad Wolf Girl Studios, and that is where you can purchase any and all of my hand-dyed yarn. Most of it is dyed to order. The orders come in, I immediately start putting aside the supplies for them. I get a day off, I do all of my dyes, and then I ship them out as soon as I can. So I sent out 4 yesterday. I have 8 to go. 1 is completed and already packed up, and so 7 to go, I guess. So yeah, if you are a new viewer, thank you for checking out the podcast. And if you are a returning viewer, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you're back. I have missed you guys. I've missed just sitting and doing this, just sitting here and doing this, because everything has been just these tiny blips of Vlogmas, and then the podcasts have been going up in pieces, and I don't know, this one might still have to be in pieces. I'm a procrastinator, as most crafty as most crafty people are, and I have not gotten my tush over to Apple yet. So I have an idea of what might be taking up a lot of storage. The Photos app has been saving copies of every picture that I take, and then I've gone and downloaded the pictures into Photos or iPhoto, because that's what I was using. So I'm gonna go back. I bet I have 20 podcast reels hanging out in videos over there. That has got to be a huge amount of storage that I could get back, because I don't need the raw footage now. One, I have it saved on a disc if I ever needed it again, which as long as I can keep these up on YouTube, I really don't see a problem with it. So, what? Yeah. So, that's my thought, is I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna get my grubby little hands on it and hopefully kick them out. All those duplicates of things that I just don't need. Yeah, so let's go with the beginning, which is going to be Cal's. The first one, which is the one going on right now, between myself and Jilly, hi Jilly, of the Knitting Broomstick, we are hosting a Weasley Cal, and it's amazing. The chatter is in my group, and we have been seeing all of your whips and everything that you're working on, and you've tagged us in on Instagram with the hashtag WeasleyCal, and it's just been a blast. I mean, I'm having so much fun seeing everybody's projects, and some are working on the same yarns that I was working on, so it's been great, and I'm having so much fun for my first knit along. Yeah, so this is going on from January 1st to February 28th. So it's a 2-month knit along. You can get a lot of stuff done. Each piece you can enter individually into Jilly's FO thread. So that's really exciting. And then all the chatter happens with me, because I'm the chatterbox apparently. And yeah, so if you need any guidelines, I've read them out at the last mini-sode, and it's also available in the FO thread, first post. So please just go read up on it. We have hence determined that Hermione is a Weasley in the long term, so we're gonna go with yes. Yes, yes, you can. Also, I think somebody asked me if they could use Cursed Child yarn that they might have gotten from me. And, I mean, if we're going with books, there's Weasleys in those books, so yeah. I think I hemmed and hawed over it, and I think I'm thinking too much about it. I'm doing very literal Weasley projects. I have Molly Weasley yarn, Ron Weasley yarn, and Fred and George Weasley yarn. You know, it's not that hard here. So, I'm being very, like, point blank Weasleys. So yeah, I'm getting off topic. So I guess this brings us to Mr. Postman.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, hey, 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 Mr. Postman. Mr. Postman, whoa, yeah. Please.
So I did a swap with Molly of Molly Klein Design, and I got the most amazing little pile of goodies, and I'm just going to show you a few things, but they're all just stunning. So I'll start with the biggest piece to me, which is the bag, and I've left it untouched because I wanted it to be fresh for the podcast, and I didn't get a good chance to talk about it last time because I was sick and it was all around. So this is a coffee bag with this awesome chick on the front, and it's just my colors. I love it, and it's all retro, and it's just, this bag is everything. Like, it's just amazing. It's got coordinating fabric on the inside, adorable little polka dots. This is her card, and she's absolutely fabulous. I thought I dropped the coffee for a sec. Hold on. So yes, and then it's got this nice little flat bottom. It's so cute. Nice wide. You know, you can kind of guesstimate it here. Let's see. A skein of yarn only comes up to here, so you could fit 2 at least inside. And they're just so cute. I almost bought the Christmas Pokemon one, which I thought was really funny, but I don't play the Pokemon Go. I was mostly getting it because I thought Pat would find it funny, and I like it because it was cute, but it's much more Pat, and I was like gonna get it, and then I like hemmed and hawed. I didn't get it for Christmas, and I'm gonna just hold out and see what else I wanted to get. But I've got one now. I've got a bag, and I'm so excited. And you should be excited because not only did she send me a bag, she sent one to give away, and this is her gorgeous Paris themed bag, and it's got a little Eiffel Tower progress keeper. And then Le Arc de Triomphe, it's got the little towns. It has the Le Tour de Eiffel Tower. I am terrible at French, but I'm trying. The chateaus, right? Isn't that houses? Anyway, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a peek. Ooh. It's pink cheetah print on the inside. Oh my god, guys. And in there, she's included some tea, and it's going to be a gorgeous prize. Thank you so much, Molly. It's gorgeous, and someone is going to love this. Oh, they're gonna love it so much. This cute little girl in the umbrella with the dog. Oh, I just love it so much. Oh, thank you. Now, for me, she sent me some minis, which are still in my adorable bag. I think these are gonna start off my, so I was thinking I'll make a magic knot ball, and I will knit my scrappy sweater straight from that. That way I'll do all the magic knotting at one time, like I'll take a bulk time, and then all I have to do is knit, and wherever the color stops, it stops, and I'll just scrap it up, and I am actually really excited about this. So I think I'm gonna scrap it up, as I said. So it's gonna be my Cozy Memories sweater, and this is gonna be knit on a size US 4 needle, and I think I'm going to have it as a goal for the end of 2017. A whole year on a sweater seems reasonable to me, since I tend to put things down at times and not pick them up for a while. So I'll do Cozy Memories blanket, and I'll do Cozy Memories sweater. So very excited about that. I also got some gorgeous teas, and she had poured coffee into a bag and labeled it, and it was French vanilla coffee or vanilla coffee. It was very good. I got cute little Cadbury's, which was a dark chocolate, which I inhaled the first one and then waited on the second one. Cute little face masks that you like put on for cleansing, which is amazing and perfect. My skin was so dry when winter started. And then 2 coloring books, because what do you get, an art teacher, right? So this is the Paisley print, which is just super cute. And the other one is Color Me Lisa Frank, which when I was a kid, Lisa Frank was it. That was it. There was nothing else except for Lisa Frank. Like, why would you want anything else? So these are just adorable drawing, like, creative things. Oh my gosh, it's like I might make that a unicorn. I might draw a horn on it. It is so cool. I'm so excited. Thank you. This just brought me back so many nice memories, and I'm having a ball with it. Also, I got 4 stitch markers, one of which is already on a project, so I'll show you the 3 that are kind of left. I've got a windmill, which reminds me of Aruba, which was our honeymoon. The Eiffel Tower, which is Paris, my first trip in college, and a hot air balloon, which just reminds me of travel in general. And they are super cute. I love them so much. And then for a final bit, I guess you could say, I got this gorgeous broomstick necklace that just reminds me of the 3 broomsticks from Harry Potter. So when I get to Wizarding World, and I will, I'm wearing this. I'm so wearing this. I love it so much. So thank you, Molly. I love everything, and I hope you liked your goodies, and I know you did. You already answered me. You did like your goodies, thank gosh. So it's been wonderful, and I've just had a lot of fun with this. My next piece was I had mentioned a pattern to you, and I didn't have, the paper with me. So I got this gift from a follower on Ravelry, and I just wanted to show you this gorgeous cardigan. This is the Chasing Butterflies Maryland Designs by Melanie Berg, and it's just so pretty. I'm sorry, it's black and white. And this is a paid-for pattern. It's a relaxed fit with 3/4 sleeves, and the construction is simple. That's what they say. And it's knit up in Traveler DK from Dragonfly Fibers, which is what my cardigan is actually knit out of, which was so exciting. So I started reading through the pattern, and it doesn't look too bad at all. And I'm really excited. They kind of line up where you should take measurements so that you know what your fit is. And I just think that's great. But I just wanted to say thank you again. Thank you for this pattern. I felt like I didn't get to thank you properly the first time, and it's gorgeous. Thank you. So I just wanted to mention that with the Weasley Cal, there is now a code that is available through Stitching Plaza so that you could get yourself a bag for your house, or it's stackable against the codes that she's also running right now. So this is my Potter bag from Stitching Plaza. I fell in love with the fabric. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So to get free US shipping, you enter the code Weasley. Really easy. Enter that at checkout and you will get free US shipping. So I just wanted to mention that. I didn't get to on the last podcast, and I didn't want anyone to miss out on it, because getting your house bag, I feel, is just a rite of passage. It's just very important. And the last bit of Mr. Postman is going to be an order that I made for myself. This is Nomadic Yarns. And aren't they gorgeous? So this is an elf striping colorway, which it looks like T got a hold of, because I could see her fur. Such a nudge. So this is just a red and green striping, but it's just gorgeous. And I think I'm going to knit up my Christmas socks early and then not wear them until Christmas time. And then this one I would love to be my birthday socks for next year, so I'll knit them and not wear them until my birthday. And this is the Feliz Navidad colorway, which I'm absolutely in love with. Pardon the horrendous nails. Oh, it's gorgeous. And then my third will be in my whips category. All right, so that brings me to FOs. The first one that I got done was my mom's socks, and they were in time for her birthday. I finished them the night before I was leaving, and her birthday was Monday, and she wore them, and she said that they were amazing. They went up to Lancaster to do some shopping at Vanity Fair and to go to Shady Maple, and she said that they were just perfect and warm and they fit so well. So yeah, I was just really excited that they were done in time. So yes. And then my second FO was Patrick's socks, and look how huge these are. These are like so tall for me. I don't typically knit his this tall, but they are, look at that. They are so tall. So this is in the blue striped rag colorway of Patton's Croy, and this was all out of one ball. I did not take off the heels, toes, and cuffs in a different color like I normally do. Had I had a color that I was happy with, I may have done that. Navy blue would have looked really nice, but I started them at home. I had what I had, and I worked through these really quickly, so I just went with it. I was like, you know what, just gonna go with it. He loves them. He didn't get to wear them yet. I have saved them for the podcast. I've been dry blocking them on this, so they'll be fine for him to wear. They don't match, but he hasn't said anything about it yet, so I hope it doesn't bug him. This was one ball up here, and then this was the second ball, and now I've got a little bit more left, which might just get worked into my cozy sweater, or I was gonna try to knit a pair for myself out of his scraps, like a Rose City Rollers type of small sock, which I've heard only use about 50 grams. So if I did a contrasting toe, heel, cuff, plus whatever I have left of this, maybe it would be enough. It's gonna be something I'm gonna try. So I was finished these for our 4-month anniversary on Sunday, which was really nice. We just went out and had dinner and tried to stay off our phones and actually talk. It was nice, and then we came home, watched How I Met Your Mother. Real simple, just a nice day together. We were together, which was good. Yeah, so my socks. My second FO, or third, sorry, my third FO, which I can't even believe I got this many done. I felt like I was just banging stuff, out over the last week. I finished my mom's socks, I finished Pat's socks, Pat's weren't in a week. Mom's were basically in a week. They had to be done. My Molly Weasley socks, and look how tall I made them. These are I don't know, I guess I'm getting into like a long leg thing. This was a full color striping with Goddess for the heel and a 2x2 rib on US 2s. This is also in Goddess. So I'll see if I can get that to brighten a bit. It is quite a dark purple. It's a very deep dark purple. And I was kind of just letting the colors stand out for themselves. So quite a few of our viewers are knitting these for the Weasley Along. If I could enter, I'd have an FO to enter, but I can't. So I'm in love with these. I think what I'm gonna do is I am gonna knit all 3 Weasleys, and then I'll allow myself to start wearing them. I think I just want to see all 3 Weasleys fresh on the blockers before I wear them. So this is going to be like a treat to myself. On the last day, I knit from the top of this brown stripe, so there's the marker, up. So this was at school, these 4 stripes, and then when I got home around 5, I decided to do a 2x2 rib, which I don't normally do. I normally do a 1x1 rib. And I was sitting there and I'm like, I don't think I like it as much. I don't think I like it. I did a sewn bind off. I did end up doing, no, that's a sewn bind off too. Who got the stretchy bind off that I was asking about? Oh, my Christmas socks. That was, yeah, I like the look of a sewn bind off. I don't like those little V's along the top for this particular thing. I don't like it. So, yeah, I highly recommend this. This is Ashley's yarn. Hi, Ashley, of Nomadic Yarns, and she does some gorgeous striping. I don't even know how to dye in stripes. Don't even know. But I love her work. I have bought, it's gotta be almost 10 skeins of her yarn by now. And they aren't cheap. Because I have 3 Weasleys, McGonagall, and Potions Master. And then I also had Rocket Science, which was a giveaway. I did Neville, and I've also gotten Homecoming, and I got Rhinebeck, and I've got more than 10. It's a lot. Sirius and Bellatrix and oh my gosh. I'm an addict. I am addicted to nomadic yarns. That's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm done counting. There might be one more or two more. I'm not even gonna think about it. Cause y'all can do the math for me, so yeah. You wonder where the money goes. I don't know. So anyway, this was my third FO, and I could not be more pleased with these. They're dry blocking right now, and what I mean by dry blocking is I literally put them on the blockers and leave them for a week. I leave them in the drawer. I just put them in the drawer and I let them sit there, and they just kind of. And this is after one night. See, yarn is very much able to retain memory. Yeah. So if you just put them on the blockers and let them sit, and you don't really want to like wet them to make the yarn bloom yet or anything, you can just leave them there and they'll stay. So let's talk about the ribbing, 2x2 versus 1x1. I am gonna actually see how they wear. I think I used to do 2x2 ribbing for everything, and I'd like to look at some of my old socks, to see which ones used 2x2 ribbing, and if I notice now if I like that fit better or not. I've been doing 1x1 recently, but everything just looks a lot cleaner. The knits and pearls look a lot cleaner on the 2x2s, so what have I been doing? And now I have to say, I don't love that those two purl bumps that you can see at the top where the ribbing starts. I wish I had started with one row of the new color and then go into it so that I wasn't pulling the second color through. Just for future reference for myself, that's something that I would change. So yes, my FO pile was beauteous and mountainous, and almost had a fourth one on it, because I was pretty intense this last week. Yeah, so without further ado, let's move into whips. So the third ball that I had bought for myself, which you will obviously know about if you follow me on Instagram, it's my Fred and George yarn. And I wasn't so sure about the yellow at first, but I saw Jilly knitting it and I was like, you know what, I really do like it. I'm gonna spring for it, and doing a Weasley Cal just gave me all the more reason to do it, so I went for it. And here they are. Reasons I love that twisty sport base. I can work it on US 2s, get a great fabric, and really gun it. So the other night I cast on the toes, and they are sisters but not twins, or brothers but not twins, except they are twins but not. Wow, that just got so much deeper than it needed to be for socks. Jeez. Anyway, the socks don't quite match because I wanted them to be individual, Fred and George. They're different. They're not the same person, even though they look alike. So I had the bulk of it match up, and then the little sprinklings match up. So that's how I went with that. On the back, I have inserted the heels. Here they are. Bum-ba-dum. And as Fred and George, they have used two different colors. So one is going to have a blue heel and cuff, and the other one's going to have a green heel and cuff. These are both on the Knit Picks Glimmer in J and Potion. And I just love them. I love them so much. I think they're so funny. I pitched to Pat my idea, and he said no. He said do them in one color because he didn't like the blue with it, but I don't know, just something in my gut told me to do it. And sometimes you just gotta listen to just do it. If you really want to do it, just do it. So So I did, and so yeah, filming issues, all that stuff. Again, just so happy with everything with them. So I can't wait to just keep working on them, and I'm hopefully going to have an FO to show you next week, which will be these. And those stupid cuffs on the Christmas yarn. I just need to do it. I just need to do it. So next up is, remember these? Neville, you're home. Why are you home? Neville is home because the legs are too short for my mom. I'm not going to unpick it. Gonna leave it exactly as is. I'm gonna take this ball of yarn, I'm going to knit another section above, and then I'm gonna finish it off again with the brown for the cuff. And I think I'm just gonna put another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 stripes. So silver, brown, green, blue, silver. And then it will be done again. And then everything else I will use for my own, so that's a bit of dream knitting there. Everything else I'll use for my own. So I'm really excited about these. Mom loves them and they fit great. They're just too short for the way that she likes to wear her socks now. And who knew she'd have a preference for knit socks when last year this time I didn't know how to make them. So let's just be blessed on that one. So the Neville colorway is again Nomadic Yarns, and I'm in love with them. I love them so much. They soften up even more after washing too, so it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. So this is going to be part of the whips, I guess. And then I guess that brings us into dream knitting.
Dream, 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 dream. Dream, dream, dream when I want you. In my arms when I want you. And all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 dream when I feel blue.
So I'm going to start with one of my own, because I'm selfish that way. This is a skein of my hand-dyed yarn in our Rose in the TARDIS colorway to go with the bags Rose in the TARDIS for Stitching Plaza. And this is the first draft, so the final skeins only turned out slightly different. They've got a bit more pops of red and pink, but they still have the black, purple, great teals, blues. Anyone who was a fan of Galaxy would find a love in this. And I have dyed it up on my sport weight because that's the base that I'm just, no one seems to be ordering, so I use it as testing right now, and I love it, so whatever. As long as it's here, I'm gonna use it. So there it is again. So this is priority number 1 because I definitely want, well, I mean, I guess I could wait. Good girls would wait, huh? Okay. I'll wait. I will wait to cast this on with all of you. So this will be my February 1st cast on for our Rose in the TARDIS timey-wimey Cal knitting. This is a Cal that I will be hosting with Kay of Crazy Sock Lady Podcast and Georgianne from Etsy Stitching Plaza Bags. So we're doing that together, and this is the yarn. Again, the final draft has a bit more red to really get that rose part of the TARDIS. But yeah, so I really like how these turned out. Also, thank you. This was a gift, and I cannot wait. I've chosen this one for the Rose in the TARDIS because this is the bigger on the inside self-striping sock. And I'm thinking that it really needs, heels, toes, and cuffs in an opposing but complementing color. I might go with the blue, or I might go with the orange. I was going to do TARDIS blue, which might still look good. Let's see, let's do a thing. This is my favorite TARDIS blue color. What do you think, guys? You see it? Can you really see it though? Does that go together? Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna sit here and debate it as well. This was my first idea, and now everything looks a little dark, so I'm not sure. I think I might open the blinds a little more. So yes, that is a super cast on that I want to do for our Doctor Who Cal. I'm planning on 2 pairs of socks. Those are the definite 2. If I get a chance to break into the other colorways, I absolutely will. But I've got a few things. So those are my 2 selfish. But the ones that I really do need to cast on are promised gifts. So over Christmas, I met with my friend Crystal, who's getting married within the next like year and a half, and we were talking wedding stuff and all that kind of fun stuff, and I showed her these 2 skeins and gifted her these, but they just hadn't been made yet. So you're getting there, right? Getting there. And it's very muted, but I feel like it's a great everyday color. It looked more, it's more rose when it's knit up, you'll see. And her middle name is Rose, so I thought that was good. And then she chose the gray for the heels, toes, and cuffs. So inside my Ghastly's project bag, because I figured the rose and gray could go together with the pink and gray, and it gave me a chance to use my Ghastly's again, because I really need bags that go with my projects. For example, my Weasley socks have the Flying Ford Anglia car. Come on, cooperate with me. Have the Flying Ford Anglia car on there. Weasley's in a Bertie Bott's Every Flavor Beans bag. Ta-da! Look how I did that, right? And it just goes so well next to each other, like comically well. So that's how I like to, I don't know, it just, that is what brings my soul peace. It just does. That's what I like. I like things that go together and match, like the Neville in the green bag, and yeah. So anyway. And then following that is going to be another gift knit. And when I saw the unicorn colorway, this one wound up better. When I saw the unicorn colorway on Knit Picks, that's this one here. Very pretty. Molly and I went through my stash and we picked this color for her heels, toes, and cuffs, which I'm really pleased with. Doesn't exactly match the blue, but it is very close. As close as you could kind of hope to get. So this is color 27 out of 30, I think. And I really like this Elaine collection, Soft Embrace. I got a 30 pack of all different colors off of Amazon, which is like stupid cheap, so I just went with it, and I've been using the balls up for just heels, toes, and cuffs on stuff. So here's Unicorn from Felici, and it's going to be paired with this. So that is living in my Pearl and Plum Studio project bag, which is my gorgeous TARDIS bag. This was the first TARDIS bag that I have owned. It has an adorable little pocket on the inside. I have a scent sachet, and I have some stitch markers and the needles all in there just waiting. And I also have Molly's foot ready to go, and I'm just I caked 2 50-gram balls up, and they are currently living in there. And I love this bag. It's a drawstring. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I think I pulled this out on my very first podcast, which was just 21 episodes ago, and I feel like I've gotten so much better. So now that you can truly see how amazing it is, yeah. So this is like, it's gorgeous, it's really well made, and I actually got to talk to the designer recently, so that was just so cool. It's kind of like meeting a celebrity. So yes, those are all in my dream knitting. Last but not least is going to be my pretty much next cast on, and that's my Ron. This is Ron Weasley of Nomadic Yarns, and I'm pairing it with a Knit Picks Stroll Glimmer Pomegranate, which I thought was going to be my ruby red for Christmas. Knit Picks, get on that. Why do you not have ruby red? Why? So anyway, it does match this cranberry color in Ron's really well, and I just like the sparkle theme for the Weasley boys because they are magical. So here they are, together at last. Super excited and thrilled. I've been avoiding winding it into a cake because that's pretty much my least favorite thing to do, is winding things, especially things that tangle themselves. I am not the best with the balls. So what I've done from now on is I've ordered them in center pull cakes from her, and I regret nothing. The balls are gorgeous, don't get me wrong. They're gorgeous. I am no good at getting them out of ball form. I'm no good at it. And they're beautiful to look at, but I'm just no good at it. So Ron is going to be my next cast on now that Molly Weasley is off the needles. Fred and George are almost done. This is going to be the last bit of the Weasley family that I have, and I'm sitting here like, I'm really craving a Ginny Weasley colorway. I've got some ideas, but I can't stripe. I mean, I can't stripe yet. Maybe one day I will, but I've got a thought. And I can't get it out of my head. Anyway, so here they are, and I'm just really excited about that. So Ron is going to be my next cast on. I have also dyed up a sport weight skein of Hermione Goes to the Yule Ball for myself. So that'll be another cast on. And then the 2 Christmas socks I will be working on as I do. The Molly Weasley socks, taking breaks for Patrick's full socks and Mom's full socks. The 11th, and I started them about a half hour after midnight. I'm sitting on the floor after we got back from the pub, sitting on the floor casting on socks January 1st, because that's when the knit along started, and Pat's looking at me like I'm judging you so hard. I'm like, I know. Whatever. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so I bought this jumper at Walmart. Let's see if I can just go down a little bit. And I bought it at Walmart, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate stitch the Weasley M onto it. So I'm gonna make a Weasley jumper, but I just do not have the time nor patience to knit myself a full sweater right now. I'm barely making it through the cardigan that I cast on, and I still have Patrick's to do. Like, it's just not happening. And then I saw this, and it's blue, which I don't know why I kept going for red, because that's what Ron's sweater was. But I've always liked blue. Mrs. Weasley would have made me a blue sweater. That's clear. And then blue and yellow, I think, is one of the sweater colors of the twins in maybe the first, second, or third movie. Percy's a prefect that year. Maybe the first or second movie. And yeah, I just think Mrs. Weasley would have made me a sweater. So I have bought Knit Picks tweed, a tweed one in the Aran, in a gold colorway. And so it'll have tweedy flecks in it, which will kind of go with this variegated type of coloring that it has going on. I'm actually taking notes from this sweater, like the fit and how this whole part of the arm was down at least 3 needle sizes. Like, these stitches are minute comparable too. And it has a lot of like snap and stretch, and it just stays, like when you pull it, just stays there. So yeah, I am gonna duplicate stitch onto here, so it's like, I don't know if it's cheating. I think it's a shortcut. I think it's a DIY. I am DIYing this for non-knitters. So anyway, bought the jumper, gonna do it. Also got another blue sweater that I love, and it has like little cables down the front, but I wanted a very plain one for the Weasley. So I love it already, and I just wanted to wear it now so that you could see it, how it looks originally, and then the dream of what I hope to have it become. All right, so that brings me up to acquisitions. Well, Christmas happened, for one, and I don't think I got to show these, so I'm really sorry if I did, but I'm just going to go over them again. So Mom and I went to Fiberspace, which is this gorgeous little shop, and you can see it on my Vlogmas over Black Friday. She got me 2 minis of Hedgehog fibers in the Sin colorway, which seemed to be the perfect Christmas red. So I've got a thought that my Christmas socks are going to have this as the toes and possibly cuffs. I don't know if I'll have enough for heels, toes, and cuffs, but if I could get at least the toes in or something, I don't know. I'll have to kind of see how much I have. I also got a tape measure with Fiberspace on it, because you can never have enough tape measures, really. Also at Fiberspace, I got, and this one was really exciting, this is Miss Babs Hand-Dyed Yarns, 3-ply sport, and does it have a color for me? Ooh. Violaceous? I don't know. It was the perfect purple. I'm getting more light in here. Hold on. Oh, it is so pretty. It's just the perfect purple. I think that this would have to be mixed with Night Bus to make some socks. I only have a little mini of it left, and I thought if I did the toes in this and then did like a section, like maybe a striping right around the middle of like Night Bus end, or just use Night Bus for the cuff at the very top, or right before the cuff is like a stripe. Ooh, that would work best because it wouldn't look too much. And then I was thinking of doing a lace, like a Wendy D. Johnson lace pattern on the way. Wait, am I blurry right now? Or am I think I'm alright. I think I'm alright. And to have a lace pattern go up. Wendy D. Johnson. I love her books. So that's the thought for this, because it's kind of plain, but it's such a gorgeous purple. It's so gorgeous. So this is going to be socks, but it'll have lace and then night bust laced in. See what I did there? Then I got this huge squishy skein with these gorgeous teal pops. Look at that. Blue just calls to me. So I figured this would be a really nice sock head hat type of thing. This is the Neighborhood Fiber Co. And it is studio worsted, and it is so like, it's like thick, like this is wound up tight. It's gorgeous. I think it's gonna make a gorgeous hat. I cannot wait to use it, so I'm really excited about that. Then, since you all know that I'm such a fan of self-striping yarn, I got the BioSock self-striping, and does it have a color on here? It doesn't. I know it has them online, but for me this is going to be Venomous Tentacula, which is a Harry Potter character thing. It kind of reminds me of I'm blanking. Oh, why am I blanking? Seymour and the plant from outer space. Oh, that's gonna bug me. Little Shop of Horrors. There it is. All right, so this reminds me of Little Shop of Horrors, which is why I thought of the Venomous Tentacula that like creeps up on Professor Sprout when she's teaching. And just, oh, how gorgeous. So it's going to stripe with this maroon and green, and I've got a perfect color in cordial that I think would go great with this. So I'm super set. This is part of my magical knit along portion. I'm kind of putting things aside that I haven't made that I've wanted to. My goals for this year are definitely going to be doing Christmas knitting earlier, because I started in like September for Christmas socks, and I was to the day of trying to get Pat's done. So if I'm gonna do Christmas socks for Hamley, which I don't know if the siblings will get Christmas socks 2 years in a row, I'm thinking they might be in every other year or every 3 years. This year, I think I'm going with gloves. It's a bit smaller, but it'll work. And then I couldn't keep my hands off the self-striping. So I got this one, which kind of reminded me of Pat, but it was super mellow too. It's another Biscotte Yarns, which is the self-striping colorway again. And it's just like, it's gold, it's gray. It's like the sun trying to poke through on a gray day. And I just really loved how this looked, like so much. So yeah, this is absolutely going to happen. I'm gonna get a self-striping pair out of this. I really wanna try to work through my stash faster so that I don't get bored of colors before I actually use them. For Christmas, my siblings went to a yarn shop, which you don't know them, but that's a huge deal because none of them are crafty, yarny people, so they don't know what I would really want. And it's not like I have wish lists at these places they might have gone to. So what they did get me was Kinjin Ito, which is a fine yarn from Japan. And here it is, Ito. And it's like sparkly thin yarn. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold this with, I'm gonna hold this with my Hermione to make it sparkly because the Sport Weight is not sparkly. But this is just so thin, I don't think I'd ever use it on its own. So I think I'm gonna hold it with something else. It'll give some tension to that yarn, and I'll tape this to the ball winder and make a ball out of it so I can work from both ends. And I think I actually might have to bag this because it's quite thin. But yeah, so that's my thought. I'm going to, or I hold this end and I hold the end of the skein and I wind them both into a ball together so that they are as one and as one. That's it. That's the way I'm gonna do it. So that's how I'm gonna use this, which I just thought was so cute. So this is Kinjin Pink and Blue, which is gonna go great in Hermione's socks. So I'm really excited. Then I walked myself to a yarn store. And by walked, I meant drove. I had to pick up some stuff for T for her medicine, and I was able to stop by Knit Locally, which is a local yarn store for me. It's about 20 minutes away. Not that bad. It's just on the highway, and during rush hour times, it's not 20 minutes away. So I don't often think I'll go because Woolwinders is 5 minutes down the road. Like, I could walk to this if I wanted to. But I got two things. I got Snosberry from Marigold Jen. And this is also available on Etsy. And she's stocked it for Knit Locally. So you could get this yourself too if you wanted. How pretty. I love it. I'm a huge sucker for purples. This just reminded me of like butterfly wings, dragonfly wings, like something just super magical and gorgeous. Definitely going in the cardigan, and definitely becoming a pair of socks, probably with like a nice little, lacy something up the center. Very excited about it. Just look at those. It's like a peacock. So gorgeous. And then I was able to pick up Mrs. Crosby's hat box. Mrs. Crosby's? Crosby. And this is the toucan colorway. Which actually, I don't know why, but it reminds me of Legacy Fiber Arts. So this is a really pretty color. Again, socks, knit into the cardigan. I've got like basic plans for things. This is just really pretty. It's a hat box, which is superwash merino wool, silk, and cashmere. So it's a really squishy, gorgeous yarn. I suppose I probably should knit it into a shawl. So part into the cardigan sounds good to me. Silk and cashmere. No, maybe it won't make good socks. Maybe this should be part of a shawl. Well, anyway, I fell in love with the coloring from the second I saw it, and just decided it needed to come home with me. So it followed me home. So these two were from my local yarn store. Oh, and then one more thing. Mom went to a yarn store and she picked me up a skein of yarn. This is Poem Socks from Winston Yarns. Wool and nylon blend. Really cool. And it's the pumpkin patch color, which ironically looks exactly like the socks that I picked out for her. I mean, really, right? Like, what were the odds? Funny. So, yeah, it's been really fun. Kind of looking through the stash again after Christmas and dreaming up what everything's going to be, which is going to bring me to some shop talk. As I said, I have been dying all morning. I am still podcasting and it is 4:30. Like you can just see the shadows happening here. Looks like I have a little bit of light left, so I'm gonna keep going. So I dyed up something new today, and I want you guys to be the first ones to kind of check it out. I had messaged this to Jilly, and she said, I showed her the swatch, which was just 3 colors on a napkin, and I said, Newt Scamander? And she texts back, yes, like perfect. I send the dye pot to my friend Molly, who saw Fantastic Beasts twice with me the second time. Newt Scamander loves it. And I'm like, okay, like, well, let's see what you guys think. This is Newt. So let me kind of bend it here so you can see both colors at once. This is kind of an orangey color for his hair. It's browns for like a more accurate description of his hair. The teals of his jackets, the golds in his vests. And I'm a huge sucker for teal and a huge sucker for gold. And the way I like to blend yellows into blue to avoid green is to add brown. I really enjoy doing that. So that's just kind of the palette that's come out, and it looks really good on screen right now. This is going to be photographed once it's all fluffed up. It's still damp. It was only made a few hours ago, really. And oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. Let's see if I can get any better shot of it for you. I don't think so. I think back here is the best it's going to get. So, meet Newt. And I'm super thrilled with it, and I hope that you guys will fall in love with him as much as I have here. I can't wait for it to fluff up so I can start working on it. I think that might be part of my Weasley cowl because I'm not entering anyway, and it is part of the Harry Potter world. It would work for Miss Lavelli's knit-along, which I will also participate in if I can. So, yeah, I'm just so in love with it. So in love. Yeah. Can kind of see the method to my madness here. But yeah, so just wanted to share this with you guys, get some feedback. And then if you would like me to list it in the shop, please tell me and I will do so. But I'm going to hold off on listing it until I know that he's wanted. You know, gotta be careful. So yeah, this is Newt Scamander. Okay, putting it down. So I had a blast dyeing that up today, and then the other one was my hand-dyed yarn, which I don't know if you can see that better than the last time. And the final skeins are just slightly different, but they again have more red in them. So this is my copy because it's the original, and originals don't always turn out the best. Sometimes they don't. So yeah, I guess Newt and Sally would be the newbies on the block. Hermione's been doing pretty well, but my overall bestseller has been the Galaxy. And I just want to thank everyone who has ordered and given me a reason to get up and dye on, that sounds so bad, on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I'm having so much fun. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, and I guess that brings me to Babble. Not too much going on. We are officially, I think, over our colds. Pat still gets really stuffy at night, so Afrin has been a new best friend, but the weather has been cold and staying cold. Sometimes the up and down and stuff with the, I I just realized I want to knit. Sometimes the up and down with the weather is just worse for the symptoms. So don't love it being cold, but at least it's picked a direction and it's staying there. What else? Dyeing 14 skeins this morning, plus 6 orders, plus a swap, plus 2 orders, plus Newt, plus Hermione. I'm exhausted. Wow, didn't mean for that to come out as dramatic as it did. I'm exhausted. I truly am. I wanted to get up and work out today, and I haven't done it yet. And this is the problem. You know, getting up in the morning, I've been so tired. Pat and I go to bed too late. We're tired in the morning. It's dark, it's cold, every excuse in the book. And I know, I used to get up and go. But when I did the 5:45 cycling class, like, there were people there, and sometimes I'd have a friend waiting for me. And I've got a friend with me every day now. I've got Pat, but if he hasn't slept well, he doesn't want to get up and work out in the morning. You know, he's drained, and he needs what he can to get through the day, because tea is a handful. The kind of caliber that she's held to, it's just, she needs to be the best. So he just, doesn't want to. And right now, let's see, it's 4:30, and Pat will be home around 6, and all I really want to do is sit and knit for a while. And it's hard to, I don't know, it's hard to get in a workout once the puppy's home, because we have to crate her again if we do, and we usually crate her for dinner so that she will sleep a little bit, she'll nap. It's dangerous for her to be too hyper too soon after eating. She can kind of make herself sick, and she doesn't have the forethought not to do that. So, yeah, we just try to avoid it. And so we get a little bit of time to eat ourselves without a puppy in your face being like, "Hi, can I have that?" And she's so cute, you want to give it to her, but the answer is no. I usually keep a bag of Cheerios around now so that I can have my treat, and if she sits quietly, I'll give her a Cheerio, so she kind of thinks she's getting what we're eating. She doesn't really know what is. She can smell the difference, I'm sure, but what's she gonna tell me she doesn't want it? So, yeah, I need to do some cleaning. I've started cleaning up the dyeing from today. I have 2 racks of yarn. 2 full racks, which is a lot of yarn for one day. And the 14 skeins for the knit along definitely took up a whole rack on their own. So one's gonna go in the shower, one goes behind the door, and this is what you do when you have a teeny weeny apartment and a dog that likes to go yarn shopping by eating it off the wall. Yep. Yeah, so I have dinner in the crock pot. Pao is talking about cooking, and I'm just like, I just don't have it in me. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm tired. I've been standing and dyeing all day, and I've been, I just don't want to stand and cook now. So instead of going out, we're eating in. I put in chicken and a crock pot bag, and I'm going to pop a potato in a second for him. I always undercook the potatoes, it's so bad. So I'm gonna try to get it right this time. And I'm gonna just work a little bit on my sock and maybe watch a bit of a movie, and I'll edit this and put it up on Friday. I'm not gonna worry about it today. There isn't time, but I have off on Friday, and there'll be more time. I'm gonna run the vacuum around because the pup has been shedding and she's been tough. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it. I hope that you've been having a really nice beginning of the new year. Lots of projects, lots of yarn to cast on. The kit will be available in my shop and Georgianne's shop, which is Stitching Plaza, soon enough. And in the meantime, I hope to see you popping into our Weasley chatter, or at least FO thread when you're done. And yeah, so reminding you to take it one cup at a time and just breathe. You've got this. Have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!